Lunchbox is brought to you by Gulfstream Park.
Hold the Mayo. It's time for Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Find out what's being served with Mike, Defo, and Lubie, the only show that covers food, sports, and the proper maintenance of your car. And now, a man who had the distinction of having an entire health clinic named in his honor, Mike Mayo.
I want the flim flam sauce with the awesome fave with shafafa on the side.
Hello, everybody,
And the one's backward.
welcome to another historic edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. We are live at 10 Palms at Gulfstream, and it is a celebratory day. It is a milestone day here on the Lunchbox for numerous reasons. Oh, I'm a little bit upside down.
That's how the
I'm
one goes
multitasking.
dyslexic.
You know how men are at multitasking. I'm getting us loaded up onto the Let's Eat South Florida Facebook group, and here we are. Okay, we're holding up. You can see 1-0-0. I've got the 1. Tony Segreto's got the first 0. Jeff Defo DeForest got the second 0. It's our 100th show at Gulfstream Park. Look at you.
Yeah.
10 Palms for most of them. We started off down
Joe
on
Beja.
the
Yeah, Joe
apron,
and-
Joe
baking
Beja.
on the
Dave.
apron, and then they figured, hey, you know, we're a little bit respectable. We can maybe carry ourselves here in the classy confines of 10 Palms. 100
Oh, is
shows.
that why you pushed back? Is that why we're by the track? You didn't trust that we wouldn't embarrass you?
No, that's not. We just started off down there because we started in the middle of it was the glorious championship meet in the middle of the winter when the weather was really nice. And then when it started getting a little bit humid, a little bit hot, a little bit rainy,
Impossible.
you know, Defo, he's a prima donna. He started
wasn't
putting out
Defo.
callers and he was saying, I'm not
It
going
was
to
me
come
a lot
anymore.
worse than
No,
Defo.
no.
There's nothing worse than a bunch of schwitzing hosts
exactly.
I waited.
slobbering down food. Tony doesn't sweat. I mean, he's been on TV a million times with presidents. Nothing bothers him. But no, it was like 1,000 degrees down there in the summer.
It was, but
Yeah.
Joe Beja, a friend of the show, good over. I mean, he does a terrific job here as the executive
But
director.
he
of
used to come
hospitality.
down there like with a sports coat on.
Yes, and it was hot.
And showed nothing. No
Nothing.
signs
The
of any
man-
kind of distress.
Nothing but class. He's like those trainers that get all, you know, dolled up
Yeah,
to take their
It's
pictures
1,000 degrees out.
in the middle of the summertime and never let him see you sweat. All right,
No.
100 shows here. You'll also notice behind me there's a big 3 floating around. Went to school and got a big 3. No, that's a big D. That's a song lyric. The 3. Tell them what that's for, Jeff.
Well, we're on an anniversary here. You know, it's weird, though, because I sort of was a little behind you coming in, and I saw you schlepping this stuff, and I'm thinking, what the bleep is Mayo doing? Is there a birthday party for some little kid or something? I mean, he's got these balloons and everything.
It's,
And then now you explained it. I
it's
mean,
called Show Prep,
Yeah.
and I actually stopped off at Party City. And
Look at
Party
you.
City, let me tell you, the day after
oh,
Halloween,
was this comped? on
it's
and
like
stuff?
going to New
Was it
Year.
comped?
It's like going to Times Square the day after New Year's Eve.
Oh,
it's like
after Halloween.
Halloween. That's their, like, everybody's in there
Oh,
trying
they're
on
like
all the
dead there.
costumes.
They're like
Now they're giving
dead.
everything 50% off, but I went in there. It was pretty crowded because there's always birthdays going on. And I tried to find like a big balloon that had 100, but they don't have. I guess they wouldn't sell many of those 100th
Now, let me ask
birthday
you a
balloons.
question. Though. There are certain stores here in South Florida that all they deal with is Halloween.
Yes.
Yes.
They're constantly
Like the Christmas ones.
pop-ups.
Is it
Yeah.
that popular? I mean, can you make
They could.
can
Well,
you make a living year round just selling Halloween crap?
That's a wonderful
well, if
question.
you notice, they don't go year round. It's like these kind of hit and run pop up stores where
So
they'll
what are
rent
they
a
the rest
place.
of the
What do they do
time?
the rest of
Check
the time?
cashing store.
It's empty.
Or pop up, and then they do Christmas. Then they
It's like-
do.
Oh, they
These
changed it
Is there
up.
a holiday
landlords-
year round? You
These
think?
landlords, and we hear this story from restaurateurs where they want to charge so much for rent year round that people can't afford it. So then they end up having it empty as a tax write off. And then if they get the hit and run Halloween decoration store, the Christmas store for a month or two, they'll make a little bit of money and then they'll have a tax write off at the end of the year. It's all messed up, but that's okay.
So were you doing any trick or treating last night?
Oh, well, before we get into Halloween, it is also a day of celebration. My sister-in-law, Tracy, who works down here at the gift shop at
Oh, yeah?
Gulfstream, is celebrating her birthday
Oh,
today,
Mazel tov. Happy
Oh,
birthday.
November
nice, man.
1st.
Happy birthday,
And,
Miss Tracy.
and as far as Halloween, yeah, I'm on a sugar. Well, I still got, you know,
Does
I
Val
kind
get a
of.
lot of trick or treat? Like, did
Here-
your new home get a lot of trick or treaters?
So this was a eye-opening experience for me last night. We are in the heart of Rio Vista, and my old neighborhood, which was, you know, nice ranch houses, single-family homes in Dania Beach. We got a nice steady stream. you know, a little bit here and there. I would buy 2 big bags of candy, you know,
And go in a
and
couple
by the
hours and
time
screw.
8:30 rolled around, I would shut the door, shut the light, and there would still be a whole bunch left. I'd have to bring it into the newsroom. Last night, this block, I don't know what's going on, but this neighborhood in Rio Vista, they're known for, I guess, being, you know,
Hectic.
wealthy.
Okay.
They're also known that certain houses give out
Oh, the full candy bars?
candy
Full candy
bars.
Oh, wow.
And the
That
word
was the
gets out on the
best.
street, and the whole South Florida, all of Fort Lauderdale, descends on this
You're not
neighborhood,
one of them.
specifically this block, because there's like a church
Were you
and
trick or treating?
there's a church and a nursery school that has a big parking lot. Everybody parks, and then everybody. It was like it was like the Broadway for the Liberty ticker tape play. There was so many kids streaming up and down, and cars going. And at one point, there was an ambulance. But I don't know what happened down the block. Defo, it was crazy. We went through so many bags of candy that we basically ran out and just had to shut the door and hope nobody
Oh,
egged
yeah.
us.
I was gonna say, do the egg
Yeah,
you?
that
Is that
was-
kind of-
Kurt.
I did not have one kid.
we get a nice. It's not that.
We didn't keep a count.
we got
It
a nice
has to
trim in my
be
house.
at least 300 people.
Oh,
300
Jesus,
kids.
really?
And just a constant, steady
now,
stream.
what candy did you give out?
Well, I
Oh
buy.
yeah, that's the thing. Is like because I like buying a mix, but I don't buy full candy bars. Like, that's ridiculous. Nowadays, it's expensive if you do that. Like,
Not only that, her neighbors, Val's neighbors, set up like a table that had like 20 pizzas. Like they got
Oh,
Papa
jeez.
John's pizzas.
oh, is that why people?
and like I didn't even realize that kids were allowed to take like open food. You know,
I mean, it's up to
always-
the parents. The
But
parents are okay with
These
it.
were
That's
very
good, yeah.
respectable people, and they were giving out pizza. Basically, kids were coming by getting slices. I went to BJ's Wholesale Club last week. Luckily, we did. We get those big, 200-piece bags. Got like 3 of them. One was the hard candy that has like the Skittles and the
And suckers and stuff.
Starburst. I don't like the sugary stuff. I like chocolatey stuff.
Yeah,
And then I got like 3 other bags of chocolatey stuff with the M&Ms and the Twix
And
bars,
Snickers
and one
and
of them
Twix,
has the
Kit Kat.
Reese's cups. Are you a chocolate
Reese's.
guy or a hard candy guy?
I would be more of a chocolate guy, especially with the condition of my teeth.
I thought you were going to say a Chardonnay guy.
No,
and just
but
forsake
my
the candy.
most vivid recollection of going trick or treating, a couple of them. One was in Brooklyn, of course, and there was a lady that was making candy apples. And,
Oh,
and
that's so
she lived in
great.
one of the apartment buildings. I was in a complex with a bunch of apartment buildings, and she was in one of them that wasn't mine, but everybody went there. Everybody wanted to go there and get the candy apple. Now, you could never do that today.
No,
and
You
remember-
would not be able to
Wait.
trust it, but it was fantastic.
Back in Brooklyn, though, there was, I don't know if it was the urban legend that somebody used to hide razor blades
Oh,
Yeah,
inside
yeah,
their
yeah, that
candy
was
apple.
something. Yeah, that was out there
And
floating.
my recollection was there was a fire chief. Fire chief. He lived 2 doors down
From your house.
from my house.
This was in New
It's
Jersey?
up north.
No, this is
Oh, here.
here.
Okay, Miami.
And he gave whole Three Musketeer
Oh, wow.
bars
Yes, the
and
big- the
whole
full
Snicker
bars, yeah.
bars.
Those are the best.
Now, speaking about the whole bars, I heard a rumor that further down the block last night, there was a guy giving out the whole bars, but I don't know if he was related to Elon Musk, but he was polling people who would approach the kids saying, "Who are you voting
Oh
for?"
my God, are you serious?
And they had to say Trump. If they said Trump, they would get the candy
I feel like
bar.
you're joking.
This is not a joke. This is America.
Yeah, that's America.
Bribery for votes
That's really
from kids who
America.
can't
Yeah,
even
yeah,
vote.
That's not
Um,
America.
I don't
They
know
call
if
that
there was-
Russia.
And then there was also some Harris and Waltz flags on the block.
It's fine.
But man, this election is making
I
everybody.
don't know. I enjoyed
crazy.
it because it felt like a night off from all of it, and I didn't see
I'm
anyone
glad
being.
when it's going to be over.
I didn't see anyone being partisan at all. I didn't see
No,
anyone dressed
except
up
for
as
that.
anyone. I don't know what they're doing there. I live in a nice, knock on wood, large part to my wife, but nice neighborhood. And it was very friendly. It was nice to see what I think is going to happen in a few months last night. I really enjoyed it. And it was
Yeah.
nice to take a break from all the fighting and all the debate. I was worried people being costumes that would piss people off. None of that. Kids were kids, adults were adults. And because my neighborhood's cool, everyone gets in front of the house and they have a table and there's like little parties going on. And it's like throwback to like the 70s and the 80s.
It was like that on the block, only with another 1,000 people streaming in.
Now,
But me and Val, she gets into the spirit. She dressed up in a full costume. She
Oh,
has
good
like
for her.
this Renaissance outfit or something.
She's
And
classic.
and me, I just throw on my scary clown mask because that always I love frightening the small kids. It's the best.
You're something. You really are.
But we went up and down the block a little, and then we just sat on the porch with our big bowl of candy and distributed it. And then, the funny part, Defo, is when you got the high school kids. They're like 17 or 18.
They still trick or treat. Like that's weird to me.
Two of them came up. Dressed as Playboy bunnies, and
Jesus.
if Sarnie was there, we would have all gotten in trouble.
Oh God.
But
you grew up in Brooklyn, Mayo man, but years after I did, many years, was the chalk sock popular when you were trick or treating back in the day?
We had a lot of eggs,
chalk sock, and the egging of
a lot of
egging
Eggs
was
and toilet
a
paper was
tradition
what I was
that you would go on a bus hunt. Everybody would have a couple of eggs, and then as soon as you saw a bus drive by where the window opened, boom!
it was
like
ugly.
Paul and Ryan, we were
No,
firing
really?
those things right through the window,
And I grew up.
and then you would run, and that was like a big deal for us as kids.
I grew up in a pretty well-to-do neighborhood on the outskirts, in Brooklyn, but kind of on the periphery there near the Rockaways, Mill Basin area. A lot of boats, a lot of wealth, and a lot of houses that you don't want to necessarily egg because, let's say, there's some sanitation executives, some people connected with families, but some of the kids were pretty bold, and again, it was trick or treat. If you didn't have candy at the ready, they would start pelting and throwing out the toilet rolls.
Yep.
Full blown.
The chalk sock was a particularly evil instrument of death.
We had one house
where you would, scrape the chalk up and put it in a white sock, and then it was a weapon, and it would leave a mark, kind of like a paintball thing, a pre-runner to, a precursor to paintball. But then, I mean, you would just attack some kid, some poor slob.
Oh my God, you guys are vicious. You guys are
But
vicious.
meanwhile, that was how I grew up. I mean, you didn't want to be the victim; you wanted to be in the game.
we had one house.
This is vicious and sadistic,
I love
but
that.
I guess
But it
this
was
is.
all in good fun.
It was in good fun. That was
good fun.
Yeah.
That was good fun.
The chalk sock.
But I feel like I
Sheldon
got.
G remembers
There
the
was.
chalk
I thought
sock.
you were talking about like several trips to the track where I would get beaten up with the chalk sock, where it's just like courses that pay $310.
Not today, though. I mean, there's
$380,
two
chalk
even money
after
shots.
chalk after
The
chalk.
chalk.
You end up putting $30 in a race and getting $17 back. That's
Mayo man,
that's the
you
chalk
haven't
sock.
mentioned the Breeders' Cup races today.
It's day one of the Breeders'
You
Cup
should
too.
be salivating.
There
over
was
that,
so
yeah.
much going on.
I'm
All right.
surprised Joe Beach. I guess Delmar is not one of the.
We've got a
I don't,
contest.
I don't think there's.
We've got Delmar is the host of the Breeders' Cup for the next 2 years, this year and next year, back to back.
I'm going to go next year.
And I think they go back to either Keeneland or somewhere in Kentucky, Churchill, the year after that. But because of the West Coast time difference, today there are 5 Breeders' Cup races. Tomorrow there are 9. The 5 today don't get rolling until 5-something p.m. Eastern time.
Oh, it's Friday.
And it goes all the way to 8, which is great. I'm not going to do my betting. Well, actually, I did throw some hunch plays and numbers in here. I have
You need to
tickets
do the
in my
one here
pocket.
that Defo was talking about.
Don't forget that.
You have to do that one
Gulfstream
here.
Race 9 Grouch.
Grouch.
You have to put money on
Hunch
Grouch.
player of the day for me because I am Mr. Grouch.
You are.
And
But it comes touted by a guy I respect.
but
He's
I'm in,
also a real horse,
I'm in a
too.
much better mood today because I have a new iPhone. I got a trade-in free iPhone 16
Nice.
yesterday.
Wow.
My
Good
phone
man.
was
Let me
glitching.
see
Now
that.
I could actually, and it's good. It's a nice
Oh,
size. It's
wow,
the same
nice.
size
Yeah,
as the
wow.
11,
It has a case. Relax.
and it's got a case.
You're being like weird. You're like.
No, I'm good.
You want to
And-
trade me for this?
And I went to
brick?
I went to the cardiologist yesterday. Oh, this is an old man phone. It's very big.
You have to take it out of your pocket when you weigh in at the doctor's office. It's like another 2
At
pounds.
15 pounds.
Yeah, doc,
Give me the eye.
and that happened to me yesterday. I went to the cardiologist with full
Do you
pockets.
take your shoes off?
I don't take my shoes
take
off. I
everything
just I get on there and I said, okay. I said, do me a favor. I just kind of say, can you just like shave 5 of it?
yeah.
Clothes, the phone, the keys.
For
That's
me,
a
it's
good
like a
5
Don
pounds.
King weigh-in, though. I hate weighing in at the doctor's office.
So what
even if I
happened?
know my weight.
He's very pleased with my numbers. Like my blood work has been showing great downward trends in terms of the cholesterol and other things.
It's because of the healthy eating you've been doing.
Yes. Well, seafood month was great,
Yeah,
but
but I mean, when you would take all the additions,
I've cut down on my cheese.
pretty much negated
Well,
whatever health benefits you could have had.
But look, I urge everybody when you get to a certain age, a lot of men just don't like going to the doctor, and they just they live in a state of denial. And I always say knowledge is power. And hypochondria is king because I just love always worrying about what's going to be happening. And next year, I'm going to, just for peace of mind, I'm going to undergo some extra tests to see what's going on in all the arteries. Because let's face it, Defo, I've definitely I haven't treated my body like the
you
temple
really,
that it is.
I don't know if you put that picture up of
I
you
don't
with the
know if you want
mullet on.
I did. I'm not on
Let's
Let's
Eat
Eat.
South Florida.
No, this
You
went
really
on.
need to do that.
Well,
Because I mean, it was a very handsome Mayo. The Mayo that I remember
I was a
from
young
his days.
stud. Yeah.
You remember him when he was a reporter?
Oh yeah.
And you thought, wow, that's a good-looking kid, man. And he's got a good opinion too. Great, man. I
And I
want to
could
get to know
write.
this guy.
I had some ability.
And he had, an ability, a gift with
I
words.
could have been a contender.
Yeah,
Could have
that's what
been
you sound like.
contender.
That's what you sound like.
And then,
Look what
and then
happened.
he fell into the category like the rest of us. What happened to you?
Yep. I liked
What happened?
some of the comments were he looks like Belushi before he let himself go, and both me and Belushi. Well, at least I'm still here.
You are here.
And
But you weren't doing massive pyramids of coke.
no, that's the one drug I really did not like. I
So
stayed
what
away from-
happened at the cardiologist?
Oh no, I got not a clean bill of health. I mean, he's happy. He would just let me be, but because of some family history of people having heart attacks and dropping dead, and that was my grandfather on the mother's side. But everybody else has been clean. But I'm gonna go for one of those like ultra super MRIs next.
Did you do the calcium
spring.
thing?
I
They
did
want
the
me to do
calcium.
that because my
Yeah.
great grandfather had.
Right.
He didn't have a widowmaker. He just had. I think he had like 2 or 3 heart attacks, and he just kept like doing grooves through it because he was like a
so
lunatic.
I did the calcium thing over the summer, and I know this is thrilling for everybody out there, but they take scores on 4 of your main arteries that go into the heart. Now, 0 is great, means you probably don't have any plaque buildup and you have low risk. And anything like above 100 is a concern. Anything over 300 is, oh my God, we better do something. Well, 3 out of the 4 for me was 0s. That's great. One of them was 300-ish, and
Oh, Jesus,
it was the
man. It
Widowmaker
was
one.
that
Here's
high?
Earl Anthony. He needs a strike here.
Exactly. You're like O.J. McDuffie or Jerome Bettis.
Obviously, that freaked me out, but he said, don't freak out. Just if you have no other symptoms and your other numbers are good,
You're
just
good.
kind of monitor it. But to be on the safe side.
What other test did you have?
Well, let's see. I've
No,
had
I'm not having you go down
Let's
that.
move on
I was
here.
just
Come
curious
on,
about that
all
test
right,
because they
all
told
right.
me they
This
wanted
is
me
our
to have
100th
that.
show here.
the I know.
This might be our last show.
Yes,
the
sorry,
Mayo
that was my
Clinic.
fault. That was my fault. That
At
was
the beginning, it's the food, the sports,
Yeah,
the
the doctor
proper
report,
maintenance of
yeah.
your car, and the health report. Mayo Clinic.
It sounds more positive though than
yes.
Lubie
Then
and
where
I
it was.
would think that it should, and we're rooting for you.
100%.
No, I'm
100%.
rooting for me too. And I think
Is there a resolution in the future? 2 months away from 2025.
3 months. I'll go for one of
I'm
these
thinking
MRIs.
it's November 1st. I don't know if Tony does this, but
And-
every first of the month, I think, okay, now I'm going all in, which I've already messed it up, just by being here. But and I don't know how you do it, Tony. Man, you're in incredible shape. This kid doesn't he look like he's been running triathlons?
Yeah,
He's a
100%.
bantamweight. The guy I could eat him for breakfast.
Freaking Iron Man. I
Well,
didn't
he won't
recognize.
drink. We're like trying to coerce him to eat all this stuff that's great, but not for you.
He has a lettuce
Eats a
leaf,
salad,
and,
a bread, and that's
carrot.
the end of it.
Unbelievable.
Hey, we're gonna take our first break. We're gonna do a contest. We're gonna talk about the Breeders' Cup. We're gonna welcome
Do
Joe
you have any
Beja.
horses that I can count on?
I'll talk.
You're not a bad handicapper.
I've just been so distracted lately.
Yeah.
It's very unnerving. Eventually, I got some forearms.
You come up with some decent picks.
The thing that's beautiful about the Breeders' Cup, all you need is one race to hit, and if you hit it, you can really take home some coin and then playing with house money, and that's fun. But
Europeans on the grass. Throw out the Japanese, and don't forget about
what do we
our
think
cheese.
about City of Troy going on dirt in the Breeders' Cup Classic? He's kind of installed as the favorite. He's the Euro super horse.
That's a little too sophisticated
I
right
like
now
him.
for me. I haven't really looked at it to that level.
Justify. He's
Yeah.
Justified.
his sire is Justify. Justify loved the West Coast tracks and
Yeah.
was a Triple Crown winner. So the question is, do you take a short price on a horse doing something for the first time, which is running on dirt against the top horses in the world?
Never.
Don't
Don't bet on a horse to do something he's never
I like
done
him.
before.
I like him
honestly.
more than fierceness because I just think that East Coast horses that go west usually go up in smoke, and the horse I like as the kind of long shot to come in and fill out the exotics is Bob Baffert's Newgate
Ooh,
at 20-1 with
I
Frankie
like that
Dettori.
Baffert.
Newgate, I'm going to use City of Troy, some fierceness, some other logical ones, but I'm going to kind of throw Newgate in those exactas and tries. So
if
that's
you can hit, though, it's a massive score.
yeah,
It's like having the Saturday card, especially. It's like having 9 derbies.
Yeah.
Back to back to back to back to back. I mean, where you have
Now-
an opportunity to make a giant score, huge overlay payoff if you can get past the favorite, and even if you use the favorite somehow,
But it's
you can still make a lot of money.
it's a weird order of things this year because
Four.
NBC, because of the West Coast track, NBC now has big college football games on prime time Saturday night. So they're running the Breeders' Cup Classic
No.
at 5:45 Eastern time, 2:45 in the afternoon at Del Mar.
Okay.
And it's usually the big climax, the last race of the Breeders' Cup. This time, there's still going to be 4 more other
Oh,
Breeders' Cup races
Really?
after the Classic tomorrow.
Doesn't it get dark?
Well, again, in California, it
Oh,
doesn't
Del
get
Mar,
dark
Del
till
Mar.
6 p.m. their time,
Yeah.
and that's 9 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah.
So races will be going on till 9 p.m., but those races will be either on FanDuel TV or Peacock,
Okay.
and not on the main NBC channel. NBC, the network,
Peacock's
will
got some
carry
really
the
good-
Classic, but it's going off at
Well, then they
5:40,
have a big football game tomorrow.
and there's a
Yeah.
big football game after. All right,
I
meanwhile,
got some pictures from Del Mar from my buddy Jersey
love that they're
Kyle's
out
out there with the crew, and I went there with these guys 2 years ago, not for the Breeders' Cup, but just to hang out. What an unbelievable experience it is. Encinitas, California. Mayo man, you owe it to yourself. The dining scene out there is very different.
no, I've been out there many times.
Wow, what a great place.
I haven't been out there in a while. I love Del
Del
Mar.
Mar.
I love San Diego. I
the
love
whole area, the
Encinitas.
whole area. It's just
I
unreal,
love
yeah.
La Jolla. Has a beautiful
La
kind of
Jolla's.
overlooking a
Big
bluff,
restaurant scene there in La Jolla.
overlooking
but
the
lot
Pacific. Great
Of, lot of
restaurant.
highfalutin people
Yeah.
out there. for
Good
sure.
stuff. All right. Before we take our first break, a little bit of business to attend to. Number one, it's November 1st. New
it's great.
month,
A
new
new month.
sponsors.
Yes.
We got to welcome to the show. I'm really happy. Joining us is Taverna Kima, and it's our first Greek
100
restaurant.
show here. 100 show here.
100
Everybody got their
show.
Give me
I
the one.
dropped
You can
my-
talk. Well, give me the
you
one. And
lost
I'll
it
do
already?
it.
Big zero. I'm a big zero.
Just give
right
me the
now.
one, and I'll
Hey,
do it.
Tony, hold
There
on.
we go.
Because
There
you're
we
sort
go.
of dyslexic.
There's the one.
Give me the one.
There's
Welcome
the
a sponsor
You're like
to the
weirdly
100 show
dyslexic.
from Gulfstream.
100 show from Gulfstream. 3rd anniversary of the Lunchbox. They said it wouldn't last, yet here we
What
are.
do you mean? We said it. We still don't understand the contest.
We'll get to that soon. But meanwhile, gotta welcome Sophia and the whole
Yeah, I'm
crew.
super stoked. We've never had a Greek
Uh,
restaurant. We all love Greek food too.
Taverna
That's what's
Kima
funny.
is up on Federal
wow.
Highway in Boca Raton. They're open 7 days, lunch, dinner, weekend brunch. We're going to be doing some special shows
Nice.
there. We're going to be starting off by joining them for lunch this upcoming Wednesday. We're going to
Nice.
sit down with
Oh, yeah.
Sophia,
Nice.
eat maybe some nice souvlaki and lamb chops.
What's your favorite Greek dish?
I just love
Like,
simple
what do you
lamb
I
chops.
like a euro.
I
Lamb
love
chops.
a good moussaka.
I like a nice euro.
I
Yeah.
like a good pasticcio, which is like the Greek lasagna.
Oh, the pasticio's nice.
I like pretty much. I like everything. I
Yeah,
like
Greek
the
food, lamb-
fried
the lamb
smelts
is-
or the sardines.
I like
But
a nice euro
Give
with
me
lamb.
lamb.
A
That's
nice euro
what
with lamb.
screams Greek. Of course, when you go to a Greek restaurant, we're not going to mention it.
Greeks
3 years later, he
they're
gets a
supposed to make,
steak.
they're supposed to make good
No,
steaks.
she did it at one place. First of all, Greeks do make good steaks.
They
So
make
you're just
good
being a
steaks,
jerk off,
man.
and you know
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
They make great
Second-
fish.
They make
Yeah,
and they make look,
and good
Greek
fish,
food's
yes.
really good. Greek
And,
food
and
covers
one
a lot
thing,
of bases.
okay, so Sophia, I was chatting with her this morning. We welcome her to the Lunchbox
Yeah,
family.
welcome. We're super stoked.
They're going to be doing some things for the wintertime. The first Sunday of the month, every month, they do a lamb on a spit.
Oh,
And
Oh, yeah.
Lubie,
Nice.
me and you, we're going to be doing a special Sunday show. Everybody is welcome to join us, but it's going to be on a Sunday, and I don't know,
You got to get Segreto.
it's the
out there
day
for
of
sure.
rest,
Yeah,
but on Sunday, December 1st, I believe it is, we're going to be going out there for their lamb roast. They kind of
Ooh.
they want to make it like she
I'm
says.
in on
I was
that.
she
gonna say, I'm like,
describes it
I feel like Defo will
as
find a way to be
No,
there.
I'm going to invite
She
the Jess
describes
man
it as
and the
like
whole family.
a
Yeah,
Greek
do it.
Easter celebration, like a Greek holiday
Oh,
celebration.
it's like an Easter show. Okay.
So, but it's not
Oh, is
Greek
it Easter
Easter,
Sunday?
but it's right
Okay.
after Thanksgiving.
Oh,
So
that's fine,
it's kind
yeah.
of in that holiday spirit where they
Nice.
want to kind of have like their festivities.
That's cool.
But instead of using a turkey, they're going to be doing it with a beautiful whole
Lamb.
roasted lamb.
Yeah,
And
that's
that's
great.
going to be Sunday, December 1st. We're going to be out there for a special Sunday show, and I love that kind of stuff.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
beautiful.
me
Yeah, it's
too.
great.
Me too. I love the tradition of it.
Yeah.
And
And Greeks are so warm
Well,
and family centric.
We've been to
Everything
Greece.
we
revolves
lived
around.
next door to a Greek family before we moved, and for 20-something years, and they just
Welcoming,
Well, they're very-
loving.
they're very family
One of
oriented, and
my,
they're
my
very-
college roommate, one of my best friends that through life, Laki Vazakis Evangelos, his Greek family. I mean, again, it's if you ever saw the movie My
Yes.
Big Fat Greek Wedding, that
it was
really
just
is
like that.
true,
It was
yeah.
just like that. They treated us like gold.
So Taverna Kima, welcome to the Lunchbox fold. If you want to go in there,
Where
it's
is it again?
It's on Federal Highway, and I'm of course I'm.
I mean, I can do it.
Wait, I'm looking it up now. I'm looking at everything.
That's not
I
helpful
see
at all.
everything but the address. There we go, 6298 North Federal Highway in Boca Raton, right before you get up to the
Nice.
Delray line. It's near that Crazy Uncle Mike's, which is a music venue that I'm sure
Yeah,
Defo's
no,
familiar
great
with.
place.
Yeah. Again, Taverna Kima, 6298 North Federal Highway. Go check them out. Great Greek food. And welcome back to the Lunchbox fold after a little bit of a break.
A respite.
Gilbert's 17th Street
We
Grill.
love Gilbert's.
Lenore. Everybody loves seeing
I love that
Lenore
people have gone
bust
up
my
to Lenore
balls.
and been like, "Hey, what's going on with you in the lunchbox?
and-
We miss you."
They just took a little break around the the September time of year where things get a little bit more slow. But we're going to be going back in there in November. I believe we got a date for the show is going to be Thursday the 21st, the week before Thanksgiving. Lenore will be all over me.
Yeah, she'll be in all her glory. She has like months.
She loves
She's got your
busting my
cholesterol
chops.
readings and all this stuff.
all good stuff.
Try not to criticize the key lime pie again. I mean, please.
No, the key lime pie there. Oh well, when Beth made it,
Insufferable on it.
yeah.
There's only one place to get key lime pie.
You know, and that we didn't even talk about Ken and the whole foundry thing. I was insufferable when I was a critic. I was really a snarky jerk.
a snarky jerk.
He found the review.
But I was
10
entertaining.
times
That's
over.
a nice way of putting it.
Hey, we'll talk about that more. Let's take our first break
It was a
on the
disgrace.
lunchbox.
Where'd you get a
after
key
these
lime
words.
pie?
Oh, is that Wicked Cheese? From a scratch kitchen, delicious drinks and house-made spirits from a craft bar. A great vibe inside and out with a spacious patio. I'm talking about Batch New Southern Kitchen and Tap, Fort Lauderdale, in the heart of the city at 525 North Federal Highway. It's open 7 days for lunch, dinner, and weekend brunch with classics like fried chicken and waffles and shrimp and grits, and creative items like pecan-crusted salmon and a fried green tomato BLT. And the drinks? Smooth sipping and so good. There's convenient free parking and a garage next door, happy hour at the bar, an entire patio, 4 to 7 Monday to Friday, and live music every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It's pet and people friendly and with cozy fire pits for when the temperature dips. For reservations and more information, go to batchsouthernkitchen.com. If you like seafood in a comfortable setting, outdoors, even keel fish shack at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea, and also now with a new location on Las Olas Boulevard. Those are my spots. Upscale food in a down-home setting. The chef owners, Dave and Brad, do a terrific job with all the seafood classics that you want. They have the best grilled oysters in town, bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls, and deli fish specials. They also have weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday. They have deli happy hour 4 to 7, and they also have other weekly specials like mussels on Monday and oysters on Tuesday. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack and tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. Best restaurants in South Florida? Casa D'Angelo is always at the top of my list. First-class dining, top-flight service, elegant atmosphere, and chef-founder Angelo Ilia is legendary. The flagship in Fort Lauderdale has been serving the finest Italian cuisine since 1997, with other locations in Boca Raton and Aventura. As Angelo himself says, they have an unwavering commitment to unparalleled quality with meticulous attention to details. It's so good, with house-made pastas, pristine seafood, unique meats like elk chops and bison, and seasonal specialties including fragrant fresh truffles from Italy. All locations open 7 days for dinner. Reservations recommended. For a special occasion or any occasion, Casa D'Angelo. Tell them Mike Mayo sent you. Delicious Mexican food with innovative twists. Margaritas with a medley of tongue-tingling flavors. I'm talking about Taco Craft, Taqueria, and Tequila Bar. The place to go on Taco Tuesday and every day. It's located at 510 North Federal and Highway in Fort Lauderdale, and also in Lauderdale by the Sea at Plantation Walk, and soon in Coral Springs. Taco Craft has specials every day, including bottomless drinks for a Sunday brunch, and Taco Tuesdays with their $4 premium tacos, including their new burrito tacos with bone marrow broth. Oh, it's so good. They've even made a taco lover out of me, and they've got so much more, including fajitas, that open-faced smashed cheeseburger tortilla that's new, and a guacamole sample that's an explosion of flavors. The kitchen is open late. There's delivery and takeout. For more information, go to tacocraft.com. Tell them Mike Mayo, the Lunchbox, sent you. Hey, it's Mayo. for Gilbert's 17th Street Grill. You know me, I love family-run places with quality food at fair prices served with passion and pride. And that's why I love Gilbert's. For more than a decade, Lenore, Beth, and Richie Gilbert have been serving up the best burgers, wings, ribs, salads, and desserts. It's a fast casual spot. Everything prepared fresh to order from an immaculate open kitchen. They're at 1821 Cordova Road in Fort Lauderdale in the Cordova Shops just south of 17th Street. Open every day but Sunday. One of my favorite burgers in South Florida. Big, round, juicy pucks of 100% Angus beef, char grilled to perfection. And don't miss the sweet potato fries on the side. They're legendary. Go to Gilbert's, feast, and be happy. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. All right, we're back on the Lunchbox. And look who's here. Joe Beja. He's holding up the last zero. We got 1-0-0. Our 100th show at Gulfstream Park. And here's the man to
Here's the
thank.
100 more.
Joe Beja. Not only did he understand the contest,
I think he's the only one.
our presence, even though
Absolutely.
sometimes I need a bib and other people need biohazard suits to when the pasta and the sauce starts flying.
Yep.
Joe, you got a little growth going on.
I
It's not the
know.
playoffs yet.
Nah, he
What's
looks
No,
good,
going
though.
on?
is it No Shave November? No, I started
It's-
early. I'm not sure.
He looks good.
But looking dapper as always
Thank
on
you.
this Breeders' Cup weekend. How
Yeah.
are you?
I'm good.
It's
Good.
all good. And you have a good Halloween?
I had
Any
a good
trick-or-treaters?
celebrated twice actually because on Saturday night we had our Halloween event in the village
Nice.
for our
Nice.
local community and
Oh,
so
you had all the
forth.
kids? Yep.
So it was funny. I got myself a Napoleon costume
Oh, nice.
to match my complex.
I
and
feel
so-
like you actually don't have that confidence. You're
I know,
actually
I
really
know.
good about
I know, but it's funny. So I bought that, and then I was talking to some of the ladies that were working, and they're like, I said, "What are you guys going to dress up as tonight for the event?" There was an event in Sport of Kings, and it was a Halloween event that a client had purchased out the space for, and they're like, "Oh, Mabel's putting together bunny ears and the cuffs,
Oh
and we're
my
all going to go as
God.
Playboy bunnies." And the light
Mr.
bulb,
Vegas here.
and the light bulb went off on my head, and I ran across the Spirit Halloween store that we have here in Gulfstream Park and in the village. And sure enough, I bought my Hugh Hefner with the captain's hat.
I
and
did
the
see that
tie,
picture, right? Yeah.
And the little smoking jacket and all that stuff.
It was
So
their idea to be the bunnies. It was the
Correct.
women's idea.
it was their idea to be the bunnies. Yes, it was. And it was
You
my
just
idea.
followed
to come
along
as-
and played along.
Exactly. I
That's
played the
it.
role.
That's
And then on Thursday, last night, I went over to Carousel Club to see how their Halloween party was. It was really good. And I got use of my Napoleon outfit. So
All good.
Nice.
Yeah,
Good for
well, I
you.
got swarmed with kids and teens and families
See,
on my
I got
new
no
block.
one.
Tony's like,
Literally,
I'd be sad too,
300
actually.
at
to be
least
really honest.
300
And my
kids.
wife,
I like having trick or
I
treaters.
The
insist.
Val's neighborhood is hopping because it's known as the fancy neighborhood.
They give
where
away
some,
full candy bars.
Some houses give away full candy bars, and her neighbors had like 20 pizzas set up. They were giving out
Oh,
pizza
wow.
slices, which I didn't know that was still
Is that-
allowed
is
to
that-
give
is that-
open food.
is that
but-
Harrison Street or
no,
another
this is
neighborhood?
up in Fort Lauderdale, Rio
Oh, wow.
Vista.
Oh,
with
Rio
the,
Vista, okay.
Yeah, all the.
Because Harrison in
the
downtown Hollywood
aristocrats.
does a great job.
Oh yeah, they do a nice job.
They do a
That's
really
all
good
the
job.
shops and stuff. They have the
You know,
businesses have a Halloween giveaways,
I make it a point to buy candy every year,
Just in case, yeah.
just
Yep.
in case.
Yeah.
and then
And
you
no
eat
one
it all.
comes.
Yep.
And then you have to eat it.
So do you at least get the candy
And
that
you-
you like just in case?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh,
And is that Kit Kats or Twix or?
All of
Yes.
them. As long as it's chocolate, I'll
And the
eat
thing
it.
is, we
above.
don't even have the fallback. It used to be that if we had a lot of leftover candy, we'd go into the newsrooms.
Yeah.
You at
Yeah,
NBC
yeah,
and me at the
NBC.
Sun Sentinel, and I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
dump it off to all the
Yeah.
Younger
the
people,
young
who wanna
clerks
eat,
that could
yeah.
afford to eat 3,000.
Are you
sugar
kidding?
bags.
NBC would wait by the doors the day after Halloween, knowing I was coming.
The radio
with
station was like that
bags
too. They'd
of-
have candy everywhere. Yeah.
bags of
Oh, that's
candy.
great.
Well, we are not done giving away
No,
stuff,
no,
but
we
it's
do that
not
each and every
candy.
week here.
It's brunch packages here at 10 Palms at Gulfstream. We had another fantastic brunch bash
Yeah, what a
with our
blast, man.
Lunchbox crew last week.
Yes.
And again, thanks to Joe and
Yeah, Joe, you guys do
and the
such a
whole
great
crew
job.
here did a great job. People were all raving about the buffet setup. I love the omelets. I think
The omelets
what's
are
her name? That's
fantastic.
the omelet station.
Chef Rose.
Chef
Chef
Rose.
Rose is
She is so
amazing.
nice. She has the great touch. The omelets come
She's
out fluffy.
amazing.
She knows how to make those
Yes.
interiors nice and cheesy. I loved it. And again, a job well done. Thanks everybody for coming out. The contest winners and those paid
It was
guests.
a nice crowd. It was fun.
And Val's family definitely boosted the
Yes.
numbers.
Yeah.
That was great. But
Made us look
they
really
love it.
good.
Her whole family is great.
No, they had fun too.
They're all closet degenerates.
Yes.
Not so closet. Her sister has gotten totally carried away with this myracehorse.com. It's where
Oh,
they sell
really?
fractional shares of
the
different
horses.
horse ownership. And I think she started with just one piece of one horse last spring, and now she's got like pieces of 11 different horses.
So it's like Defo. She has like a
That's great.
stable.
And
Well,
she's gonna,
she got the hindquarters on one.
she's
She
gonna
got the
come
head
up
on
here
the
when they
other.
run here
Yeah.
at Gulfstream. She's gonna go up to Ocala because they're like breaking in a yearling, and she bought a
Oh,
piece of some
really?
yearling.
My
That's funny.
God.
It allows
Wow.
people to experience the
See,
whole
the
process.
power of Gulfstream.
Yeah,
There
it's
you
a
go.
beautiful
My
thing.
racehorse.
Racehorse.com.
What do you got coming up?
Oh,
Oh,
well,
we're in the month of.
November.
We're gonna
So,
do the contest for sure.
do
But
the content. You want to do
Tony's
the
not
Let's
contest?
do
wrong.
the contest first, and then we'll get
Yep.
into. I'm very excited.
no, this
about
is the one. This is up your alley.
This is
Yeah.
panini,
Mr.
martinis, paninis, and linguini. It's the
And-
Italian festival.
And I got the menu, and it actually has
Nice.
arancini too.
Oh, really? You have arancini? That's my
Arancini.
wife and my
Rice
favorite
balls.
dish. We
Yeah.
love arancini.
All right, we'll tease that, but it is going to be coming up later this
Yeah, we need a
month
contest.
on the 16th,
23rd.
23rd. Like I
It's
said,
the week
23rd
before
and
Thanksgiving.
23rd.
It's the Saturday
The
leading up to
Thanksgiving is so late this year. So
Yep.
When is
screw me up.
Thanksgiving?
28th.
The 28th, the
28th.
last possible day that
Which will be
Thanksgiving
grand
could be.
opening day for here.
Grand
Yes.
opening, where you will have a Thanksgiving Day buffet early in the day because the race
do.
card is early, like from
Race-
11 to 3.
11
right?
to 3. We'll have a Thanksgiving Day for buffet, 11 to 3, to go coincide with the live racing, which will start at 11:30.
Special buffet pricing. That day.
$55.
55. The
Really?
regular
For
Sunday
Thanksgiving?
Regular
with
price.
turkey and all the trimmings.
Turkey and all the trimmings. We kept it at
buffet style, family friendly.
Oh, that's freaking
Exactly.
cool.
We
Go
kept-
online
Yes.
and get your reservations now. You can get it at Open Table just by looking up 10 Palms or go on to GulfstreamPark.com. And I actually was looking this week because restaurant friends of ours, Chef Brad over at
Oh,
Even
he's been wanting
Keel,
to get here.
he
for one of
usually
our
goes
things,
away
yeah.
to Ohio for Thanksgiving. This time, for the first time in a long while, he's not traveling. He's got some family coming down, and
You'd have
Even
a
Keel
blast.
Fish Shack is closed on Thanksgiving. So I said, "Come on out here, and if you're looking
And
for
he's
like
sports
a,
inclined. They have,
Yeah.
you have your own
and
TV
he
at your
was
table.
totally into it. So you might have a
can
visit
put the
from Chef
football
Brad
on.
and his family. I
Oh,
told
let
him
me
to
know.
just go on, but I would
Yeah, they're great.
send out the bat signal too. But it's going to be a great time. Opening day of the championship meet.
And you'll have the
Correct.
okay. So it's 11. So then you would have the omelets. You would have the baked goods.
And they
Well,
have
that's the only thing. It's
Let me ask you. I want to know because I want people to understand what they're
I
getting.
kept it at 55 for two reasons. Number
Okay.
one is we're not doing the baked goods like we do on a Sunday brunch. That's Sunday brunch only for that special bakery
Yeah,
station.
yeah.
And the same thing with the omelet is Sunday.
Okay.
okay.
So the one area where,
will you have pies?
It's fine.
is
You're bringing
pies,
it-
yes.
Okay,
You
apple
know,
pies.
I thought about because Thanksgiving going a higher
Thanksgiving,
price,
yeah.
but we're not going to have an action
If you have
station.
pies, that's
It's
all
just
you
a
need.
straight
Yeah, yeah. I just want people to understand what it's Thanksgiving. I don't really need all the baked goods. I don't need the omelet, but I just wanted them to understand what they're getting.
Oh, there's
going into.
plenty of desserts.
There'll
There'll
be
be
plenty of
pies.
food. Believe me. And again,
Pies.
the beautiful part
Pies.
there's no timer. It's not 2 hours. It's all day of racing.
Yep.
You could just
What kind
come
of
and go.
pies are you going to have?
Well, you have apple, pumpkin,
pumpkin,
maybe a
pecan.
pecan.
Yeah.
Chef Jason is a madman, so I'm sure they'll have everything.
Yeah.
And all their desserts are always usually really top notch. So I would expect nothing less from
Yeah.
the pie display.
If you
on
don't,
Thanksgiving.
and that's the other thing. Even if you have a Thanksgiving, it's 11 to 3.
So that's
so you
going
can still
to
go
be
to your Thanksgiving if you want to.
Thursday, November 28th is Thanksgiving. The Saturday before, the 23rd, is going to be the Italian
Martinis,
festival.
paninis, and linguini.
Do it again.
Is that the right order? Martini, panini,
Martinis.
linguini.
Correct.
He's
Because
got
Mayo already
and
screws it up.
arancini.
Yes,
And
you
now
should
the
put it in there.
arancini.
I love arancini.
23rd. We'll talk about that. Let's do the
Let's
contest
do their contest first, there, superstar.
Oh,
You
there's
see-
too much going on, Joe. I am
But it's
just.
all
I'll keep you
good
in order.
things. It's
Do the
all good
contest.
things.
I mean, I'm still coming off my sugar high from all the candy last
There
night.
you go.
And then you add on top of it, third anniversary of the Lunchbox. You got the big three back there. The 100th show at Gulfstream. And thank you for
yes, thank
all
you,
the
Dave
generosity.
and Joe,
hospitality.
Tommy, Charlie, everyone here. You
Love
guys are
it.
such a
I've been
great job.
turning on so
Thank
many
you
people
very
to
much.
coming out here.
It's
a lot of people
special.
didn't realize, like, for brunch options on a weekend, this is the place to go. You get
place-
beautiful scenery.
You get entertainment. You get great food. You get great company.
And you could come home with more money than you came with. You
Amen.
can't say that at Pro
Amen.
Players Stadium or whatever they call that.
Player
Hard Rock.
Stadium.
No, I'm going.
Oh
I
my
just
God.
had a
Man,
brain
wow.
glitch.
Is it
I
Pro
was saying
Player
Joe Robbie.
Stadium?
Joe Robbie
It's Hard Rock
Stadium.
Stadium. You might as well say
Whatever
Joe
they call
Robbie
that
if you're going to say
stadium.
pro player.
But this is a place you could have a profitable day. And
Yes.
Are you going to do the contest or not?
I'm just trying. I've got a new iPhone. I
Yeah.
finally got one
We
yesterday.
can take a
you
break and then
broke
come back
down.
into the contest.
You know what? Let's take a break. I'll find my footing. I'll find my brain cells.
There you
and we'll take another break and we'll come back. We'll talk more about all the great events upcoming here at Gulfstream Park with Joe Beja.
And a
And
contest.
we'll do our
Racer.
100th contests They said it wouldn't last. They said nobody's going to understand it. They understand it. They're coming back week after week. They love it. And we'll do one more contest after these words on the Lunchbox.
Is it time to sell your business? You've poured your heart and soul into your restaurant or business, and you want to see continue the legacy you have built. Transworld can help. Call me, Andy Cagnetta, at Transworld Business Advisors right now and see if it's time for you to retire and relax. Iconic brands like the Mai Kai, Mulligans, Carlos and Pepe's, Mangoes, and many more turn to Transworld to help sell. Contact Transworld on Facebook or call 954-772-1122 or visit tworld.com. Again, that's 954-772-1122 or tworld.com.
When I'm looking for some wicked good food for a wicked good lunch, there's only one place to go. That's Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's at 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard and across from Holy Cross Hospital. My friend Brian there, he will hook you up with some really tasty treats. They've got cheesesteaks, just like the best you can find in Philly, along with lobster rolls, because that's where he's from, Maine originally. And they have wings and pizza and everything you want to have a really good time. Wicked Cheesesteaks, they're open every day but Tuesday. Check them out online, wickedcheesesteaks.com. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. If you're looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more, go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 in the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value, for tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Tropical Acres. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Prezzo Italian Restaurants. 2 locations, Boca Raton at Park Place on Military Trail and Palm Beach Gardens in the PGA Commons on PGA Boulevard. Contemporary Italian cuisine with house-made pastas, wood-fired pizzas, salads, veal, chicken, and of course their famous focaccia bread with oven-roasted garlic bulbs. In Garlic We Trust is their slogan, and you can trust Prezzo for a great experience with gracious service and tremendous value. Open 7 days, featuring brunch, lunch, dinner, and happy hour. Great wine deals and full bar at both locations. For reservations and more information, go to eatprezzo.com. You know, I'm looking at the dessert menu here at 10 Palms. They have a great menu. They've got sushi. They've got all the entrees, the salads. We never get dessert here, probably because
we can't breathe.
I'm diabetic, but that's never stopped me from eating
Well, we
sugar.
can't breathe when we're done here.
But man, bourbon apple pie, classic creme brulee, key lime pie, chocolate lava cake, fruit platter, which is the healthy choice.
Yeah,
but
which I'm sure we won't do.
You know, for our anniversary, we might have to stick a candle in a piece of
the bourbon.
Which do you recommend?
What do you say, Joe?
Sir? What's the signature item? I like bourbon apple pie.
The apple pie.
The bourbon apple pie sounds nice.
Does it come
It's
a la
nice
mode?
because it comes out in a nice little container like this, and it has the lattice across it, so it's
okay.
really well done.
Oh, you got any candles back there?
I'll put it in order.
Now
I'll
I'm
figure
pushing it.
No, we could.
We'll figure
Who's
something
our
out.
server
All right.
today?
All right, we got
We'll
some
figure
time.
something out.
We got one more break.
Let's do a contest.
Now let's do the contest. Man, this hour
Lisa
just gets
Kosh
away
hasn't
from
even
me.
complained
Let's
yet,
take a break.
We just took
No,
a break.
we're
There we
doing the
go.
contest.
All right, it's time for this week's Lunchbox
Thank
Gulfstream
you.
10 Palms Sunday Brunch Giveaway, our 100th contest.
Yay!
Yay.
Well, let me
And
get
a
the
bunch of
fire
contest
started.
winners are coming in this Sunday, 4 groups actually. So that's all good. I guess they were all at the Dolphin game last week, and this week the Dolphins are in Buffalo, and that's going to be ugly.
And they can stay in Buffalo.
Yeah, it's not even going to be part of the contest. Okay, so email the answer to this week's restaurant trivia questions along with your horse selections. And again, it's Breeders' Cup week, so it means we're going to have two horse races. Number 1, this week's Gulfstream contest race, which is going to be tomorrow's Saturday's 9th race, and that's a 10-horse field. So send me a number 1 through 10 for the 9th race at Gulfstream tomorrow. And then the tiebreaker this week will be the Breeders' Cup Classic, a stacked field of 15. There's one also eligible, the number 15. Send a number between 1 and 15, and it's Saturday's 8th race at Del Mar, which is going to be going off at about 5:45 on NBC. Send all 3 elements to MikeMayoEats@gmail.com by noon tomorrow.
Yes.
I got one last week at 8:35 p.m. I don't know if this woman has it. Her email is going through carrier pigeon. She had the wrong horse. How do you send it in at 8:45?
I love that they're late and they're always wrong. That's my favorite when they're late and
I'm
wrong.
baffled. I don't know if there's
These are
a
not
filter.
cheating. Wrong. These are not cheating.
It's just weird to me. But anyway, the contest race here, 9th race, numbers 1 through 10. It's the $95,000 Armed Forces Stakes for 2-year-olds, scheduled for a mile on the turf. It's a wide open race. And when I post the contest on the Let's Eat group later, there'll be a link to click and see the full field. Okay, here we go. In honor of, today is what, Tony?
November 1st.
No, you're a Catholic. You should know what today is.
What's
All Saints Day.
All Saints Day.
Day.
Thank
Good
you
for
very
you.
much.
Well, I didn't know where you were going.
Well, I go in
He
weird
goes all over
places,
the
but
place.
sometimes it leads to a logical conclusion. November 1st.
And tomorrow's All Souls Day.
Tomorrow, they also call it Day of the Dead. It's
Yeah,
a big
correct.
Yes, the other day on
celebration
Mac-
at a lot of
Oh,
bars.
that was today. I had my Day of the Dead socks on.
Day of the Day
There you
is November 2nd. November
Yeah,
1st,
that's
besides being my sister-in-law Tracy's birthday, is All Saints Day.
Yeah.
So we salute All Saints Day with a place where you can watch the Saints.
Okay. Oh, there you
Oh.
go.
This is going to be easy. A lot of people might know it right now.
Already, yeah.
Yeah.
Number 1, this Fort Lauderdale Cajun Creole watering hole first opened on A1A before moving to its longtime home on North Federal Highway.
Okay. So I'm
It's a place that many Louisianans, is that
No, they're
the word?
legit.
Louisianan,
Yeah.
Louisiana. Yeah.
Tom
that place
G.
is legit.
march to on football Sundays to watch a New Orleans NFL team and drink a beat of beer and eat po' boys, crawfish, and jambalaya.
Well, their Wednesday oyster special is ridiculous. I
It's
think
a
they
good
still do
place.
$1 oysters. on Wednesday.
Solid place. Been in town a long time in Fort Lauderdale.
And they did the grilled
Number
oysters
2,
really
you can
well.
also get oysters, grilled or raw,
Yeah,
which
the grilled
accounts
oysters
for
are
part of
fantastic.
its name.
Yep.
Okay, and then number 3, those offended by nudity should not look at the walls of the men's room
I don't think I've ever been
where
there.
pictures of Mardi Gras celebrants collecting beads are posted. Have you been in there, Joe?
Not in the men's room.
I've never
no.
been in the
I-
men's room.
I didn't go to
no.
men's when I was there. No.
No,
Did you go in the
no.
women's room? Because
No,
I was
I
saying,
didn't go to the bathroom when I was there.
Oh, okay, because
Yeah.
I'm saying I'm not sure what's in the ladies' room because I've never gone in there.
I've
But
never been in the men's
but
room.
the men's room, they have all these framed pictures of women collecting beads at Mardi Gras in a certain, let's say, top of the
Fashion.
state. Yes. So there you go. Everybody should be able to get this. If you've been around town in Fort Lauderdale, you know it, and probably you love it. Again, send those answers along with the 2 horse selections to MikeMayoEats@gmail.com, noon tomorrow. All right. Whew, got that out of the way.
There we
Joe, can I hear the menu? Because
let's
I was
go through the
looking at it,
menu.
and I'm
Sure.
and this
All right.
is November 23rd.
So November
Martinis,
23rd.
linguine, panini, and arancini.
There you go. We've got it all covered. So again, you can get your tickets if you go on the Gulfstream website on www.gulfstreampark.com. Click on the events. We still have VIP tickets available at $85. Get you in at 12 noon, an hour earlier. Get you seats closer to the window. So I'd like to say more premium seating, and then you'll get that extra hour. And then we have for $60 is general admission from 1 to 4. Both of them are both great deals. I mean, where you're going to get all you can eat and all you can drink for that kind of
I
price.
bet this
point.
one's going to
So-
be huge. I have a feeling
So-
people love Italian
Oh,
food,
Yeah.
seasons here. We love Italian food.
Yes.
and especially before they have
Thanksgiving time.
before they eat all that turkey and stuffing and mashed potatoes, they're going to
Yeah.
want a
Yeah.
little bit of red sauce.
Yes.
and
There we
pasta.
go.
Gravy.
Yeah.
Good old fashioned gravy.
Let's hear it, Joe.
So,
what are
the first station, the first table will be a spinach and ricotta arancini with marinara sauce.
arancini means rice balls. in
It's a rice
English.
ball, yes.
I like my rice balls.
And then we have a tomato and cucumber panzanella salad.
panzanella salad, healthy.
Healthy, yeah.
Yeah.
I love a good panzanella salad. Table 2 will be eggplant caponata bruschetta
Mm.
and a lobster and crab ravioli with saffron.
Oh, really?
People go crazy for that seafood ravioli.
Yeah.
My wife loves that.
Usually in
I'm
a pink
okay.
sauce, and that sounds wonderful.
It sounds amazing.
And then we have table number 3 will be a beef carpaccio
Oh God!
Nice.
with, and then we'll also be on that will be whipped ricotta and hot honey crostini.
It
You know what
feels
I just-
elevated.
You know what I just realized? My daughter is going to be in that weekend from FSU.
I feel like she'll be at
taking
this.
off.
Yeah.
She's able to get away.
Yeah, you get like a
early.
week off.
She loves carpaccio. I have a feeling Natalia will be making an
Yeah, the
appearance
Mayos will
with
be here
me
in full force.
on that Saturday.
There we
Yeah.
go.
Her birthday week too.
Nice.
And table number 4 will be Parmesan gnocchi with a beef cheek ragu.
Wow, that is
Oh,
getting
oh,
some
oh,
fancy
oh,
foodie.
It's elevated.
stuff.
Like
Yeah.
this is like an
Beef
elevated.
cheeks
Yeah.
is
It's
a,
high-
It's really
very
good.
level.
tender.
Yeah.
Yeah.
a little bit different, and a gnocchi is
That's
it's
amazing.
wonderful. That's great.
And then, and also on that table will be linguine with black truffle cream.
Oh God.
So that's gonna be another good one. So
Will there be
at the very-
couches available?
Yeah, what's going
for
on?
that? You
Yeah.
could maybe rent them.
Can we
Yeah.
move in
naps.
for the night?
Yeah, I suggest everyone wears their Thanksgiving pants.
Exactly.
And then you do laundry on Monday, and you can wear them again on Thursday.
All I have now are stretchy pants, Joe. It's very sad, especially after that young Rico Suave look I had before. Now
That was a great post. So, and then the big buffet table that has become Chef Jason's signature is going to include
porchetta.
a porchetta with broccoli rabe and rosemary
Broccoli
focaccia.
Rob. Oh,
Oh my
Focaccia.
god.
It'll have a chicken cutlet panini.
Wow. Panini. There
Yep,
you have
and
the
then
paninis.
there's the
part.
paninis.
Yep.
And then there'll also be a mortadella panini with mozzarella and a pistachio pesto.
Oh,
So we've got the linguine, we've got the paninis, we've got the arancinis.
Well, and then
it.
the desserts
And
are
we're gonna
literally
have
every
martinis, but-
hit
I'm
you can
coming
think
out
of
that
when
day.
it comes to an
yeah,
Italian
desserts.
And then
fest.
desserts will include Italian cookies, both the sandwich style and the rainbow cookie. And then we'll have tiramisu, of course, cannoli, and then we'll have a raspberry jam bomboloni.
Beautiful.
Jesus.
What's the over under? How many are you tickets will you sell? And what's your record for an event? Was it a tacos and tequila event?
I think our record's been about 386.
Yeah, I'm
somewhere around
saying
I
386.
feel like this is gonna
I'm saying
compete with that.
coinciding with the peak
400.
season,
When
the
people take that week off, no one's watching
holiday
that.
Yeah.
week.
we
If
usually
you-
max at
Can
4.
you accommodate 400? Because
Yes.
I'm saying this is
That's
going
the
to be
max
a
that
record.
we will do.
Okay.
We will do. Usually, what we like to do is we like to sell 350 tickets online.
And leave walk.
Right.
The casino takes about 25 or 30.
Right for the
And then I
vehicles.
leave about 20 to 30 for walk-ins.
Right.
We usually don't get more than that
Walk-ins
anyway.
meaning-
So yeah.
Lubie and me and
No,
Yeah.
actual people who are going to
Stars.
pay.
Paid.
I mean, I
customers.
would pay,
No, you
but
wouldn't
thanks to Joe.
And for those who want to get in early before getting shut out, because this one will sell
Now,
out.
this one's
Yeah.
amazing.
You go
Holy
online,
crap.
Go online.
Gulfstream Park,
.com. Yep.
GulfstreamPark.com. Just
Click on the
click on the
events.
link, and you'll be able to get your tickets. for
When you
that.
always talk about, because again, we're foodies here, but we like our libations. I don't know, alcohol,
do you
the
have that?
drink side.
Yeah,
what is
yeah.
the drink? No,
You
of
do
course,
have
it's
it.
still
I
based-
do have it.
Let's hear
So
it.
We
they
haven't
are.
talked about that yet,
we
and
are-
that's always equal to whatever
I mean, the
great
name.
food
The
is.
name is Martini. So we have
Yes.
about. We slid in a few fizzes to make you feel like you're, you know,
Okay.
spritzes and fizzes, so
Yeah,
you
we
feel like
love
you're in
some
Italy too.
spritz.
So we do Kettle One espresso martini.
Ooh.
We'll be doing a grapefruit spritz from the Kettle One grapefruit and I think it's blossom rose that they have. The Tanqueray Sevilla Orange Fizz.
Mm.
Nolet's Gin. We'll be doing a Nolet's lemon drop martini.
Oh, jeez.
Casamigos is going to participate with a little Mexican martini. And then Hennessy, because we're trying to partner up with a little bit of
Yeah, these are
LVMH
high
and-
level.
yeah,
like-
so Hennessy
stuff, man.
is going to do a sidecar. Then we have Tito's. Will be doing a filthy martini, similar to a dirty martini, but we're going to use a filthy orange
Mhm.
brine from Filthy. Grey Goose
Wow.
Vesper, sorry. And then Hanson's Organic Vodka will be a pomegranate martini. Wheatley Vodka will be a porn star martini.
Porn star martini.
Yep. It's a
Wow.
passion fruit.
Okay.
Wow.
It's going to get a little wild.
It's a history behind it, which is funny because it was like a few months ago, actually, there was National Porn Star Martini Day. They were
I
trying
did
to,
not know
they were
this was
trying
a
to
thing.
start that. Yes.
Okay.
Apparently, it started in London and it came over to the United States, but one of the premier bartenders in London was making up a drink and he put in like a little prosecco or champagne in it, and he put in passion fruit and the vodka, and he goes, "Oh, this is something a porn star would drink." So that's how they named it
Wow.
the Porn Star
All right,
Martini.
there you go.
So and then we have a Cosmo, and then we'll have a French martini.
Oh, that wasn't the end
And
of
you
it.
said you started off with the espresso martini,
Of
right?
course, that'll be
Which-
the most popular.
And I love Anthony Bruno, and we saw him last week
Oh,
at Runway 84.
He's classic.
He's classic because he's a traditionalist, and it irks him when people drink espresso martinis either before dinner or like in
Correct.
the afternoon. To him, it's strictly a dessert drink, and he goes, "There's
absolutely.
no rules anymore.
Yeah,
Nobody
he
wants
lost
to
it.
Absolutely.
Well, Negronis,
absolutely.
he was mad about Negroni. I'm like, isn't a Negroni just he's like, it's an afternoon drink. A
It's an
Negroni is only
afternoon drink.
Yeah.
Bruno
Oh
and
my
I
God.
get
I'm
along.
like,
We're
wow.
both curmudgeons.
He doesn't
some
look like an
very-
old man, but I'm like, your
So
mentality
old school like that.
Yeah.
like Paul Castronovo was with us, and he's like, this guy, he's like, a Negroni is my favorite drink, and we're in Italy, and he's yelling at me about getting a friggin' Negroni, and they're all willing to make me a Negroni.
Anthony is very old school, and if you order a cappuccino afternoon, he'll
Well,
yell at
well, in
you.
Italy, they don't
If
even
you
do that. They don't
order
even.
a espresso martini before dinner, he'll yell at you, but only at his friends.
Yes.
Guests he'll
It looks like Joe and Tony are on the same page.
It's true. It is true. He's right. I guess I've been a little bit more Americanized, but it's true when you think about that. You don't get any kind of coffee with any kind of milk or cream in the afternoon in Italy.
No, it's strictly
You
a
don't.
breakfast drink. So
They look at you like you're
Joe,
Joe.
I am so looking forward to
You're the
this.
best.
I
It's
am.
gonna be a great event.
We
stoked
are
for this.
already here. It's November 1st. It
That's it.
means season is here.
Yes.
Holiday season is
The
right
weather's
upon
turned. The
us.
weather's been beautiful.
The weather is turned. Championship meet begins
Yes.
on the 28th. All the top trainers, top
Yes.
jocks, everybody's going to be in town, and you and the first class team here at 10 Palms are just raring to go. And we are so pleased that we've been a part of it for 100
Thank you.
weeks. I cannot
Can't believe it.
express enough
Yeah, it's
gratitude.
amazing. We
Thank
appreciate you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Tommy and I were talking about this when we first started. We were running meals down the steps
Yes.
to you guys.
Yeah.
over
We were
on the
talking about
apron.
The
I feel like we've come a long way. Right?
Yeah,
Well, you were doing
You
it.
were so dapper. You
Like
come in your
this.
jacket. You would never break a sweat.
It'd
and
be
we
like
were down
100
there, and
degrees
then
outside, and you're like sitting and doing interview conversations with us.
It's been great. And
We've
again,
appreciated every moment.
all
of
the
this.
folks out there, if you have not been here for a weekend brunch, what are you waiting for? Come on out. It's
There's
right on the
nothing like
second
it.
floor. Very comfortable.
Well, and the wagering again, it's money levels of all kinds. Like you
Yeah.
don't
Could
have to
be
put
a
$100.
$2
You
gambler.
don't have
You
to.
know what? You don't even have to wager.
No, you can
And
just
sit
I
out here
never
and
wager,
enjoy.
honestly, and I mean, you will have a blast.
The other thing to mention for the Thanksgiving Day, you got these TVs that are set up at every table,
And you can put it on the
watch your
football
Ball
games.
games
while
correct.
you're watching the races in front of you live in person. So it's all here.
Yeah.
It's all good. Let's take our third and final break, and then we'll wrap up this anniversary edition of the Lunchbox after
Thank you,
these
Joe.
words. Thanks, Joe.
Thank you.
Freshest Fish Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market, located at 4191 North State Road 7 in Hollywood, open 7 days. Since 1951, a South Florida tradition for stone crab in season, Thanksgiving turkeys, holiday feasts, and everyday eating. Great steaks, house-made sausage, and prepared foods, too. Delaware is not just a market, it's a celebration of taste, quality, and old-fashioned customer service with a smile. Sign up for their weekly email flyer at DelawareChicken.com and tell them Mike Mayo and the Lunchbox sent you. When the Brooklyn boy in me wants a great bagel with lox, matzo ball soup, deli sandwich, and rugelach, you know where I go? Grandpa's Restaurant in Dania Beach. It's a South Florida institution since 1957 that was revamped a few years back by a pair of New York bagel baking legends. Full deli and appetizing case with spreads, salads, and platters for takeout and catering. Grandpa's is near Federal Highway just north of Sterling Road, open 7 days for breakfast and lunch. Go eat and enjoy. It's Mike Mayo's Lunchbox approved. A little further inland, Luke's Seafood and Grill. That's Luke's with a C, 5511 South University Drive in Davie. Luke and Roxy, they're a great couple with great food. It's a mom and pop shop bringing the freshest fish and seafood to Western Broward. Some of the best jambalaya and fish cakes around. And Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? You can find his famous Scoobies, those sauteed crab claws, right there on the specials board most days. Oh, so good. So take a trip to University just north of Sterling today. Lunch, dinner, closed on Mondays. Tell them Mike Mayo's Lunchbox sent you. When people come to me and say, Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial. Serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, oh, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. All right, we're back on the Lunchbox. We welcome back Jeff Defo DeForest.
I can't believe Joe Beja has a bigger head than I do.
What, you mean with the head?
Oh,
Yeah, he's
well,
got
the
like
hair,
a
he
Joe
does
Rose
the
head
hair.
for some reason.
Wow,
Because
he's
like
got a
one
big
of
No,
these-
He has
has
a
to
tall
Joe Rose
hair, and he doesn't like messing with the
He's
hair.
a very smart
All
guy. Big brain. Big
I have
Yeah.
to make a major adjustment here. Right?
Hey, I got to talk about our friends at Visit Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival. They released their dinner lineup this week, the intimate dinners that take place all throughout Festival Week. From starting
How
off,
many will you attend?
I think the
Of
over under is
I think
about
I go to the three.
three. Well,
Yeah, I think
Three
Monday
out of how
night-
many? Out of how many?
Monday, I don't know. Well, they got
They do one
other
every
big
day.
events. I've got to do the barbecue judging, and I think we're going to be doing a show at the Asian Wok and
Yeah, that
Roll
was fun
again.
last year.
But Monday night it kicks off with our friend Reno Lobster Bowl.
Oh yeah. Oh,
I really want to go to that.
Heritage.
Are we invited to that?
Well,
It just sells out. That's the only
You're
problem.
invited for the low price of $200. I don't know what the actual.
I gotta hope the 4 prevails.
You know, I'm a little bit behind. I know that it's always very popular and that it does sell out. It's a kickoff event on that Monday the 13th, benefiting the Joe DiMaggio Children's Hospital.
Great,
And it's a
great place.
Small place. Reno is wonderful host.
Oh, he's the
And
best.
go online to vlfoodwine.com to check out the full lineup. I know that one that I am very interested in is Brandon Solomon, who's a really terrific chef. He runs and operates that Evelyn's restaurant at the Four Seasons Hotel. He is welcoming in a great couple. It's Alex and Lucia that
I know
are
them.
behind Boya Day and
Boya Day.
Walrus Rodeo, which are like 2 hot restaurants in Miami. One has Michelin stars. Boya Day, those 2 chefs will be pairing up with Brandon Solomon for a dinner at Evelyn's. That's on my. I'm going to highlight
Your
that,
calendar.
and now I can actually pay for it now that I have money. So I think I will. That's one I don't want to miss. Go check out the full lineup and all the big events that whole week, the 13th through the 19th. First time they're going to have a Sunday brunch event also. Tickets available, vlfoodwine.com. Didn't even get into the whole Ken brouhaha. I thought it was a fair review. I just made fun of the fact that his restaurant in Pompano, the Foundry, when it first opened, I awarded it a good 3 stars, Defo. I thought the burgers and the food were great. I just was a little confused by this whole converted Foundry factory motif when it was clearly
Lubie and I have figured you out. And you had to say something.
Yeah, you have to say something negative.
You couldn't just say, hey, you know what, the place is great. Couldn't be any more well-intentioned. Food's dynamite. I mean, it's really going to be a great, great place. People love it. You had to come up with something, and that's Mayo.
This is me. I actually have to read
And what's remembered about it? What you said in
because
in
I ended up
negativity?
because I'm so snarky and I'm such a I really am not a good
Make it
person.
a resolution. I mean, you got a couple of months to get to this, but
I'm glad. I'm glad.
No,
you
here it
liked
is.
to get over this.
I have to read one line.
No,
from
you
the
sent it to
review.
me. You just look at the.
I sent it to you because basically, okay, I started off. The reason why I kind of went off on it is because they got a $50,000 taxpayer grant from the city towards the design of the restaurant, and the document was a decor theme leading the imagination to believe that an abandoned foundry was converted into a restaurant.
They were doing something different again.
and
in
I
South
said,
Florida. You
an
need to
abandoned
stand out.
foundry. Are you ready for some high Mayo
Yeah,
snark
I'm
right now?
ready for it.
An abandoned foundry? Yes, of course, because Atlantic Boulevard near the Intracoastal has long been known as the Rust Belt of South Florida. I basically said,
But Ken wasn't wrong. So they need more pelicans and more swordfish. Like everyone has.
And
like
they brought in
they went for
this-
something different. How are
they
you gonna be
brought
mad
in
at them
this
for that?
brickwork. They had this beautiful mural of that famous photo of all those construction workers
Which is
dangling off
great.
the beam, eating their lunch. And I said, if I had to come up with a slogan for the foundry, it would be "Workers of the World Unite" for $36 steaks and $12 espresso martinis.
They like to have a really good happy hour too. Right?
And,
way to go. You couldn't just say,
There's
hey, the
something.
food was great, service was excellent.
And I said, I'm down with the whole thing, although you might need a powerful union contract or a hike in the minimum wage to fully enjoy a night here. So sorry,
They're
Ken.
competing with Houston's, and they're cheaper than Houston's, Mr.
No,
Houston.
one
that
of the
wasn't
best
positive at
burgers
all.
in
I don't want to get on Mike's
That
wrong
was your
side.
positive review? Jesus,
I
I'm
said-
scared for your bad reviews.
I don't mean to be overly snarky, because the Foundry is a good, casual, and
Yeah,
comfortable restaurant
no
with
one's
some
reading
really
that part.
solid food. All right, I got
can't
it.
help
Took a
himself.
So
while.
now I know why Ken was, because I remember Ken
Can't
was
help
like,
himself.
"You're doing stuff with Mayo."
It really is incredible
You know?
that I'm still alive and walking with 2 limbs, as Anthony Bruno pointed out. That
Yes, you are.
It really is
a lot of
impressive.
people want me to
are.
take
You don't
shots
give a
at it.
crap.
Yes, you are.
I've mellowed with my old age, I think.
Oh yeah, you're way better now. Now you're like, I love this place.
I accentuate the positive. I've learned not to lead with the
Accentuate the
snark.
positive.
And Tony was great. When he was the sportscaster, everybody loved him.
Yeah, he was positive all the time.
He was Mr.
The Dolphins were going 12
Optimist.
and 4 every year.
And I come in saying, "Hey,
The
Shula,
Canes were like
the
winning
game has
titles.
passed you by. Why don't you just quit?" Oh, my
Shula
God.
hated him, didn't he?
Shula hated him.
hated Bricker more. That was my
Yeah,
partner.
but Bricker was
But-
like
Yeah, but he-
100% miserable.
He liked being
You had
hated.
some redeeming qualities back then.
Jesus,
Meanwhile,
Yeah.
3 years of this,
man. Well,
Nice
many,
job.
many more.
thank you all
Man,
for
man,
This
putting
is
up with
what
us.
3 years of this looks like.
We've pounded it. It was great. Get out and vote. I don't care whatever you're voting for.
Last day
Last
of early
weekend, get out
voting
and
is
vote.
on. Do they
Sunday,
have it on
Sunday.
Sunday?
All the way
They
through
do, yeah.
Sunday.
There is no voting on Monday anywhere, but then you have to go to your assigned precinct on Tuesday.
Which is election day is great.
The
Defo
next
does it
3
election day, but-
days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you can go to any early voting site and get your local ballot.
Let your voice be
So
heard,
it's
and that's
kind
how
of
our voice is
easier
heard.
to do the early voting. I urge everybody to get out there and vote.
And our
And-
next show will have a new president.
Oh, the next
No.
Gulfstream show. The
Oh,
next
the next
Gulfstream
Gulfstream
show.
show.
Yes, next time
I
we're
don't
here,
think we'll have a winner by
God
next
willing,
Friday.
we'll have a winner. We'll see.
Last time it wasn't even sorted out until that Saturday.
It was like the
after
next week, yeah.
election. And
It's going to be
patient,
declared a
folks.
dead heat, and
We'll
then
see.
that they'll have a coin flip.
It'll be like
Be like the
a
NFL.
football
Yeah.
game. Overtime.
They'll bring,
Heads.
they'll bring back Brian Hockley and
Yeah.
Hockley, yeah.
Heads. You want to receive or you want to defend that goal?
Oh, I have to give a special shout out to Jim Sarney. Yesterday, he did a great doubleheader. He went from his costume party at Twin Peaks right to Skyline Chili because he said he wanted Halloween orange spaghetti, and he sent me a
There you go.
picture. I was very jealous. I ended up wrapping up Seafood Month last night with Val at the bar at Tropical Acres. We got the twin lobsters, $39, and some news to share. They will be ending the twin lobster special on Friday, November 22nd.
Oh, that's
So you
okay.
have
That's
3
some time,
more
yes.
weeks.
And I'll be there
of
Monday.
Twin lobsters. Lubie's going to go this Monday.
Taking my
We
parents.
love Tropical Acres. They're open every day but Sunday, and their Halloween Thanksgiving reservations book is almost full.
when you go back
So
there.
go give them a call. They have some limited availability, particularly earlier in the day. Late in the day, it's filled up. 954-989-2500 Tropical Acres. I love that place. Half price everything for happy hour.
It's one of the oldest places in South Florida.
75
No, it
years.
is the oldest place in Broward County.
And we'll
And-
be
Only we're older, Tony.
we'll be in there to do another show with Jack Studiali for
It's a year
our
older than me.
iconic eatery
Yes,
segment
IESF.
on November 18th, a couple of Mondays from today. So,
Oh.
all right, that's going to do it for today. Enjoy
Have a
the
great
Breeders'
weekend,
Cup,
everybody.
everybody. I hope everybody crushes it. And I've got to go play, was it Grouch?
Grouch in the ninth
gotta
race
play
here at
Grouch.
Gulfstream.
I'm plunging my guts out.
Oh, you
You have
should.
to.
It comes
You really have
recommended by Jersey Kyle, who's at
Oh,
the
Jersey's
Breeders' Cup.
actually
And
really good at
if,
this.
if Grouch doesn't win,
He's been following his
Maybe
horse.
Grouch here.
You
Raced
did-
at Monmouth
It's gonna be a
Park.
bigger grouch.
Yeah.
See everybody on Monday. Have a great
I
weekend.
don't think I've given Mayo a winner in like the last
Enjoy